Hi everyone, thanks for tuning in. My name is Vicky and I'm so excited. I wanted to do this for a long time and watching your videos has encouraged me to take the plunge. I have no idea what I'm doing. At times I'll probably stumble over words because I don't even know what I'm saying. I'm doing this as I go. So here we go. I mainly wanted to start these videos because I'm a cross stitcher and everyone in my close family and friends circle is not. So when I want to talk about something I'm working on, when I am excited about something I've discovered, all I get is a, oh, that's cool, and I'm like, come on, it's a bummer. You want people to be as enthusiastic as you are, and unfortunately my family and friends are not, because they're not into this, and that's okay. Maybe they don't understand it, or they just don't enjoy it, or they have other likes, and that's okay. So I decided to come and make videos so I can share that and not be so bummed out. And I love watching all your videos. I always am so happy afterwards, and your videos actually encourage me to keep on stitching and get those finishes happening. So I am going to introduce myself, maybe tell you 5 things about myself, and then we'll get into the whips and things like that. So 5 things about me. My name is Vicky. I am 25 years old. I have 2 kids, a 6-year-old daughter and a 1-year-old son. I not only cross stitch, but I like to crochet, mainly granny squares. I like to read. I like to collect teacups. I like to bake. I make a really mean cheesecake. I am in school. I am just about done my studies. I'm in the correctional studies program through a college which is about 7 hours away from where I live. And my goal is to be a probation officer. So I'm nearly done. And I'm hoping I can wrap up the rest of my courses and hopefully start on a new adventure through that. So I'm very excited. I love anything forensics, so forensic files, Dateline, Criminal Minds. Those are probably my favorite types of genres. My favorite movie is Gone with the Wind. My favorite book is Gone with the Wind, To Kill a Mockingbird, Harry Potter. I have lots of other favorite books and movies, but those are the ones that I always say. They're like my number one. I'm so excited about them. So those are kind of my 2 go-tos. Other than that, I'm a homebody. I keep to myself. I don't go out. My boyfriend thinks I'm a grandma, and that's okay with me. I'm also a crazy cat lady. I love anything to do with cats. My cat Waffles passed away last year, so I haven't been too warm and cuddly yet, and wanting to open myself up, but who knows. We did adopt 2 cats from the Humane Society. Unfortunately, that didn't quite work out. The one cat we adopted, we had to put down a month later. Our vet said that she was very sick and she should not have been adopted out, so that was sad, but at the same time I'm glad that she was able to pass on in our arms and with a family that wanted to provide for her and give her a good life. So I am going to go into the whips. I've broken the ice a little bit. I hope that I was able to share with you some things about myself that kind of made it a little more interesting to know who you're watching, and I definitely like hearing about what you like to do, what you like to watch. stuff like that, and I think it really helps kind of connect as well. And so here we go. My son is napping, so I'm hoping to get all my whip showing done before he wakes up. Otherwise, this will be a disaster. So I don't like to do a lot of projects at once. I'm not that kind of stitcher. I do have some starts and whips, but I like to kind of focus mainly on one or two and switch them out either every few days, every week, or once a month, or whatever I feel like. I did try having a rotation once, and it didn't work out for me. My scheduling itself is so sporadic. My son is all over the place, everywhere. He's mobile now. So I find it really hard to have set hours and set times to do things. My stitching time is while my son is napping, or basically in the evening. So I obviously prefer to just kind of pick and choose what I work on, and this way I stay interested in it. I think cross stitching should be fun. It shouldn't be a chore. So I find unless I'm really trying to pressure myself into doing it, then I find I'm just not interested at all. So I have 4 whips on the go. I don't stitch them all at once. As I said, I do one or the other. So these are kind of the 4 that I've been working on, and I kind of decide when I want to do it. So the first thing I'm going to show you that I've been working on, I've completed 2 of the 12 so far. This is the one I'm working on. So it's by Country Cottage Needleworks, and it is the cottage of the month, and it's the March cottage. And the sheep are seriously so cute. I really love it. And this is my progress. I haven't made a lot of progress. You'd think these would be really fast stitches. They're actually not. But the end result is awesome. They're absolutely beautiful when they're all stitched up. So this is my progress. I'm hoping if I zoom in a little bit here, you can kind of see some of the coloring in there. The colors are so gorgeous in all of these. And that little sheep, oh my goodness, absolutely cute. I have no idea what I'm gonna do with these. I bought our birthday months, so I have 4 of them, and I've done 2 out of the 4 that I've purchased. I was just gonna hang them on the wall, but I think now I want to buy all of them and stitch them up, and then kind of display them for different seasons and do them that way. I also have a few other patterns on my wish list from Country Cottage Needleworks that I want to do as well, and hopefully I can get some of these finished so I can start on those ones. Yeah, so the next project that I am working on is the Cat Lessons for People by Lizzie Kate. That's what it should look like. And this is my progress. And I haven't done a lot of progress for the simple fact I'm having a really hard time stitching on this. This is 32 count linen. It was the suggested fabric. So that's what I went with, and I didn't realize how hard and rough, and I don't know if you can hear this, but I mean, it's just gross. I mean, I like really tight on my Q-snap, and I find this doesn't get tight at all. It's just horrible. And also my eyes are so bad that stitching on 32 count hurts my eyes. Like after 10 stitches, I'm done. So this is definitely something I want to finish because the Lizzie Kate patterns are absolutely stinking cute. They're so adorable and they're so funny, and you know, they're things that you can hang up and put around your house, and I really want to get this done, but the fabric is kind of putting me off. Have any of you ever had projects like that where the fabric is just so off-putting. I know that I don't like stitching on Aida anymore. I started on Aida and I've done a couple of projects on there, but the feel, I prefer like linen and more so even weave. I really like stitching on that. So I will finish it. I just don't know when. Someone told me maybe look into getting a magnifying light. That might help a little bit. But in the meantime, this is kind of in my stash, been ready to be picked up when I'm able to. So the other project that I'm working on, I bought this last summer, and I started it and then I stopped, and I just picked it up in the last 3 weeks. So it is the Autumn Sampler by the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery, and Ashley and Amanda, who own the company and make the patterns, I think their ideas are so stinking cute. I could stitch all of their patterns if I could. I mean, I wish there was more years in a person's life, because I mean, everything I want to stitch, I mean, I'm never going to be able to get to do. But I had the first 6 blocks done, and then I worked on these 2, and then in the past 3 weeks I finished this one, this one, this one, and I've done this frame, started this block. I ran out of the DMC floss to continue with the squirrel, and so that's on hold until I can go to my store and grab some. I'm trying to work on the frames. I find that the most tedious part, and I find the filling them in is the most fun part. So I figured maybe if I do 2 or 3 frames at a time and then fill them in, it might feel like it's going by faster. I did do some changes. I changed 2 of the blocks because I wasn't into the knitting. A little turkey, a little bicycle. I also have another block that I want to change as well. This is stitched on 28 count, just your basic Charles Craft. I believe I ordered this from 123 Stitch. I ordered like a whole bunch of fabric, but I'm pretty sure you can get this at Michael's even. And it's working for this. I'm not sure how I want to finish it. I'm leaning towards a pillow, but we will see. I have done the Springtime Sampler. That's all finished. It's just waiting to be stitched up as well. So I'm waiting to find some really nice fabric, and I'm going to turn that one into a pillow as well. And lastly is my Mirabilia, and that is Stargazer. I've got her last summer as well, started her, and kind of put her on the back burner. Did a few other different types of crafty projects, came back to some cross stitching, and I have just recently been really determined to finish her. My goal is to have her stitched, beaded, and framed by my birthday, which is in November. The last 2 days I've done a lot on her, so I'm very pleased with myself. I think in the last 2 days I maybe have spent about 10 hours just solely stitching on her, and it's definitely being tiresome, and sometimes it felt like a chore, so I did have to put it down and then walk away, do the dishes or something, and then come back and pick her up again. But the more I work on her, the more I love her, and I'm just so determined to finish her off, and this is what I've done. You can't tell, but this is 28 count. Jobline, I don't even know how to say that, and China Pearl, and I ordered this from 123 Stitch. I wanted to get a gray, a charcoal purpley gray. Unfortunately, I was intimidated because the colors were really crazy dark, and I didn't want any crazy dark colors I wanted a really nice light gray. I haven't stitched here because the pattern actually requires the wrong thread. So when I go on holiday on Sunday, which I'll talk a little bit about in a bit here, I'll pick some up. So here she is. I absolutely love her. I love Mirabilia, Nora Corbett, lots of gorgeous designs as well. I definitely have a few in my wish list that I want. So there's a couple of mermaids that I want to stitch. I think it's the Rain Queen. I want to stitch her as well. Just beautiful. I'm pretty sure it's the Rain Queen. She almost looks native to me, and my boyfriend and then obviously my kids are part native. So I think she just is gorgeous, and I really think she looks like, you know, a First Nations lady, and I really would like to stitch that and have that hanging on our wall. So those are my projects that I'm working on. As I said, I'm not a huge like start 10 projects person. I tried that and I ended up really hating cross stitch. So I went on a little hiatus, and I just, you know, for a couple of months, and then I picked it back up. So I decided, you know, not to do that. I finished, and these are the 4 I'm left with, but I mean, I would never do that again. So until I finish these, my rule is I'm not to start anymore. That being said, I am going on a family road trip on Sunday. We are driving to BC, and we are staying in Tofino, Euclid area. I think it's probably about a 20-hour drive from where we live, and so we're leaving Sunday evening, and we're going to spend a week in Tofino, and then we're going to spend some time in Victoria and then Vancouver, and then do whatever we want to do on the way back. So on the way back, when we stop in Victoria, there is a needlework shop that I heard about on, I think it was the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery Stitch Along page. Someone had mentioned it, so I looked into it, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to stop there. There's a few patterns that are on my wish list, so maybe if they have them, I'll pick them up. And I definitely want to look at some fabrics as well, because as I said, where I'm located, I don't have much, and I don't really like what Michaels has to offer, so I order online, but most of the time I'm so disappointed with the fabric. My Mirabilia, my Stargazer, she's stitched on like a really pale green, and while it's beautiful, I was really looking forward to doing her on like a gray. So I'm super excited for when I finish one of these and add in another one and start like a mermaid, that I can really do her on a gorgeous hand-dyed fabric. Really lovely. So there you go. I definitely am excited to upload some more videos. I'm not going to restrict myself, and I'm also not going to put myself on a schedule for when I upload videos, but I think, you know, I'm going to aim for once every 2 weeks, maybe once every 3 weeks. I'm hoping to definitely have things finished, maybe some new starts if I get things finished, maybe like a haul video, just kind of stuff like that. I'm really excited to start this. I've wanted to do this for a long time, so I want to thank you all for inspiring me to get behind the camera and do it. As I said in the beginning, I'm new to this. I have no idea what I'm doing, so please bear with me. I hope I'm doing this right, and I'm just so excited to get to know every one of you, and I'm looking forward to it. So I hope you all have a fantastic day. Thank you so much for watching.